One thing that was said very quickly during live lecture, it was the Fantasia, so apparently the team is still under discussion about it, and we might hear more of that for the next patch. I'm not entering this, someone pull again trying to be a prick. Okay. I love Crystal Tower, there's always something happening. So this is King Behemoth, and so what's going on now? Wow, here we go. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen. It's hard to trust people sometimes, but yeah. So the retainer got the new feature that will be Venture. You can choose a class, equip your retainer, and send it out for real hours of real life. Like you want to send in for amount of hours, I'm not sure how it's going to be set, and you want to have your retainer to gather amount of Raptor Hide, for example, because you want to do a lot of working when you try to just make off money from doing extra crafting. Well, you can equip your retainer and say, hey, you go slay Raptor and you come back to bring me Raptor Hides. That said, if your retainer is out, apparently it will be possible to cancel the venture and make him come back. But be warned, that said, if you do cancel to make your retainer come back to you because you need something that's already on it or something like that, it will cancel any progress or gather it has done. And one thing I'd like to precise there, because I've seen the question sadly, if your retainer is out on venture, you cannot use it for selling on the market board. I've kind of find it funny when I seen this question, but it had to be mentioned. So there will be report and to see what you have gathered or not, and some kind of all that stuff. Now the new feature I can't wait to see, it's big fishing. I have Fisher 50 myself. I can't wait to see what fishing will be. I think it's going to be interesting. Apparently I'm on Iron Guard. I wasn't paying attention there. So here we go, I grabbed the Iron Guard, I bring it over, and I got a meteor on me. That's pretty cool. Drop meteor, drop, please. So I can place it. Whoa, that sucks. I have a meteor on my ass. Naturally, some people might manage to complain against that, but yeah. Why did you drop a meteor there? Well, I'm trying to off-link counter. What do you want me to take? So, technically this fight is just used to be involved that the tanks usually being the lowest DPS are spread around in 4 towers. We have 6 tanks total in Crystal Tower. And all they do is they wait for the tower to flash and to click on it. So this makes less constant tick happening, or constant damage. And we have one tank, of course, that's handling King Behemoth, tanking them on the spot. And we have one tank, which is myself right now in this record, that is taking care of the Iron Guard, pulling it away, because this can pretty much destroy an entire party alliance very fast. So the meteors are dropped. You try to just drop them where they're not in the path of the Puroboros, which are the bombs, and out of the Iron Guard way. And of course you don't want to try to hog them or be too close of them if you're DPS in the middle or healer. Because when the behemoth does his eclectic meteor as he done early, we need to hide behind those to take cover from the damage. Or we take the classic 99999 damage in the face, and of course we die. So that said, when that happens, everyone hides behind those, including the main tank. If you need, you run to, and you sprint, whatever, you just hide. And it's pretty easy to say, there will be a big roar in the middle of the screen, so you just hide. So as for the Puroboros, explain them quickly, they will spawn 2 randomly at a time depending on how fast they will be killed previously. It can be 1, depending if there was still 1 alive from the previous spawn. And normally ranged DPS are supposed to just kill those, because they won't try to make the tower explode as they get there. And a tank doesn't have the DPS to defend its own tower there for preventing the explosion. And what happens is after 2 explosions, the tower explodes, and you don't want that because it releases a constant dot damage that is kind of able to murder people and drain your healers, and that can be critical. I've seen few parties surviving that. Generally good people do it without struggling, but you never know what can happen. Another Iron Guard dead. Now we move again back to the King Behemoth. So there's supposed to be for the housing, we will have the gardens. For people that have bonus level up, you will be able to do gardening in your house. There will be different plots, 1 of 8 plants, 1 of 6, and 1 of 4, I believe. And what is said with that is you go purchase seed or try to find them. I'm not quite sure it's going to be acquired. I'll have to see to that when it happens. And when you plant the seed in your garden, you apparently can make them cross together, like breed different species of plants, or making them more rare. Or so for the free company that got a house, well, I would like to state that here's your chance to gain some money, since it's not something that everyone have access for. Bigger houses will be able to have more garden. I think it's 1 for small, 2 for medium, 3 for large. I mean, I'm not sure, but it will make sense to me. Back to the house size, there will be crafting station now. We have seen a small oven that will be able to add. So if you like to do decoration or stuff around, I know I do personally. Well, you can make a kitchen. You can make a basement now with a small house as well, which is promising. So now I will proceed to the last boss of Crystal Tower, Archon. He is the gatekeeper, because as we see behind him lies the real Crystal Tower. The reason why Crystal Tower is called Labyrinth of Ancient, it's because it's the first steps before actually accessing the tower. So that said, Crystal Tower might be one of those dungeons with several floors, and considering that, you know, it has been reminding me of the cool anime Sword Art Online. And of course I just expressed my opinion about that, so if you plan on flaming me for liking Sword Online, don't try that with me. So for Archon 5, there isn't much to do really. It's just there's a thing finding them in the middle, well, if you can stay in the middle. And there will be a few AoEs going. You just move out of those. There will be claws. Twice during the fight it will be a set of a claw to each spot. And again, the party A, B, C are spread to each a button. And when those appear, you go to the button. And we lift a wall like this that will block the ancient flare that can technically kill anyone because of the legendary and classic 9999 in the face. And now, because of that, the defense of the place is we spawn Iron Giant. And so we go back. Apparently Velen is trying to fight for the main tanking. Should I join the battle too and try to tank this? So there's one Iron Claw, this one is random. Spawn on the spot of C. There's another claw, this time on my spot. So soon we will deal with a full spawn of claw. If you look at the target finder to the right of the screen, you will see them appear. That is a signal to say that it's time to move for the button and to kill those claws. And if you happen to do this fight, please, if you're DPS, try to focus at the claw. Sometimes it can kill people because they're stuck in it. And damage from arc-around AoEs, and they cannot be healed through that nor try to move. And I've been on healer myself, and I'll tell you that I'm sorry, but it sucks to see that your team cannot care and, you know, showing support to the other teammates and trying to free them or to save them. Because nobody likes dying in this game, and I can understand that. It's not fun. So this time I took the giant from villainy because I started with overpower. Just faster by a millisecond. A new claw. And now we go back in. And now it's just pretty much spam killing until the end. Which is not very hard. So some of the new feature for inside the house too, now we have time talking. There will be the retainer bell that now we can possess in her own houses, free company houses. There will be also new NPCs you can actually bring. There will be junkmonger, material supplies, and a mender. So if you want to craft in your house now without moving back for repairing your gear because you craft too much, or you just try to do fuel level easily without being to peace and not dealing with all of the shout chat or seeing people running in your face or just too much noise of the game, well, yeah, it's very possible now. So all those features with the free company houses are pretty nice, but I'm starting to wonder, are we really needing for the personal house? I mean, to this point, if the personal house gets released, it might be to be expected that the feature will be pretty much similar as the free company house. So that said, it will be very possible to say that the free company houses might become empty with time because of that. I don't know, I don't see much people myself using them. I mean, yes, of course, there's people, but... it's not as popular as it used to be. I mean, compared to Thursday. So, we're ready now for patch 2.3. There's a lot of stuff incoming, as said in part 1 and part 2 of Crystal Tower video. And this complete the adventure through Crystal Tower. So everyone, I wish you a good one, and we talk soon. Red Mantras out.